So right, so we understood. So the list of objects, so whenever if you want to store some group of values, either we can go with set object or we can go with the list object. The object name you can give whatever you want. Okay, so if it is a list object, okay, we have created like this. So in this list object we can store multiple object data, multiple values information. So how to store? And the page one method, in the page one method we have created a list object and we are storing a list of values, and I'm returning back to my list object. So I'm getting those values and I'm printing. Okay, similarly, so this page, so this list object, this page one values, okay, this page one values, it is, so this, from this page one value, this is the list object information I'm getting. And there is a method in your program, in your project, you want to pass a list of object to page two method, public void page two. So you have written a, you have to pass all the methods to page two. Okay, so page two of li I have written here. Now let's see how I will get in page two method. Okay, so I'm pressing control button and I'm clicking on page two method, public void page two. So those are some list of values, right? So we need to write like this, list of string. So see, if it is a single value, what you will do, string str. But if it is, it contains some list of string values, so you have to write list of string, and the object name you can write whatever you want. And so here I can write page li dot get of 0, page li dot get of 1, page li dot get of 2. So I'm getting all the list of values. After that, whatever operations that I want to write some logic, suppose page li dot get of 2 value I'm getting here. And if str equals ignore case of male, I want to write some logic. If str equals ignore case of some other than male, I want to write some logic. Okay, so there is a concept came in your project and you have to write something. So based on the li1 of get of 0 or get of 1 or get of 2, so based on some values, if you want to, so first of all we have to know how to send some group of values, how to get. So page 2 is getting some list of values and I'm getting that value and I'm writing my conditions and I'm implementing my logic here. Okay, so totally you understood page 2 method. So how to pass a group of values to a method, particular method? How can we pass a group of values? By using, just you have to pass this one. So these are some group of values. So group of values means we will write like this, list of string page li, and after that you are getting here. Okay, and this page list object contains some list of values, right? If you want to print a list of values, you can write like this, just like for st. So the value is, so each value will be printed whatever it contains. Okay, and if you want to get each individual value, you need to write like this. Okay, so like that we are printing. Or you can also print another approach. For integer I is equal to 0, so this is the simplest approach. What is the list object contains the data. But another approach also we can write like this. For integer I is equal to 0, I dot page list of dot size of and I plus plus. So page li dot get of 0, page li dot get of 1, page li dot get of 2. So it will be printed each and every value. So the list of object information I am printing in two ways in this method. Okay, so like that in your console, the value is this one, order 1 Indian 777, like this. So the using for loop order also printing same like that. The for loop is order 11 Indian 77, like that it is printing. So how to iterate, how suppose if a list object values, if you want to know, you can print either this for loop or you can print by using this for loop. Or if you want to print individually, you can write page li dot get of 0, page li dot get of 1, get of 2. So you can, so that you will come to know what is the value it contains in that particular index number. Okay, so so here the logic why I have written, the page 1 is getting, suppose in an application. Okay, in an application you want to transfer all the information data, order number, order status, and order source address and destination address, all that list of information you want to store, you want to pass it to page 2. Okay, so the page 2, so the page 1 method, you have written public void page 1 and you have written all the set of driver instructions. So everywhere what you are doing, string str is equal to element dot get text, string str2 is equal to driver dot find element by id dot get text str2, string str3 is equal to driver dot find element by id dot get text you are writing. So every object information str1, str2, str3, you are adding to some page list object, and finally you are returning that page list. So like that, the list of values that are complete order information, it is stored into this list object, and this information is required in page 2. You navigated to page 2 and page 1 input data is required in page 2. So page 2, so this is the list object information you are passing to page 2. So you are going back to page 2 and there you want to write some logics based on page 1 input data. You want to write some logic. So here in this case, you have to know how to pass the list of how to get the list of objects information. Okay, and how to pass list of objects to another method, you have to know. So this is very important topic. Okay, in real time, most of the people returning of single values can that concept will know everyone. Okay, so this is the most important topic. In real time, people will use either list object or set object. So everyone clear? Anybody is having any doubts? So if you want to print a list of values, you need to write for loop like this. Or if you want to print a list object information, you can write either this approach or this approach. Okay. Okay, just concentrate on this program. Okay, it is very simple only. Okay, and suppose whenever you are doing some scenario, add jobs, job id, job description, job note, and you are clicking on some save, and you want to pass all this data to page 2. So you want to get all the page 1 data into page 2. So in that case, you have to know the page 1 data list object data you have to maintain into a list object, and that you have to store it into a list object in your main program, and that list object you have to pass as the argument for the page 2, so that in page 2 method implementation you will get all the values, and you can write conditions or logics whatever you want to write.
Sir,
Okay, yes,
ఈ మెథడ్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని ఎక్సెల్ షీట్ లో ఉన్న ఇన్పుట్ ని రిట్రీవ్ చేసుకోగలుగుతామా?
ఇది కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, ఎక్కడైనా ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో ది కాన్సెప్ట్ ఈజ్ హియర్, I want to store instead of single value, I want to store some list of string values. Okay, whenever you want to store some list of values, you can go with list object. Okay. If you want to store some list of integer values, you can list of integer, you can write here like this. Like this you need to write. If it is say, if it is list of string values, you need to write like this. Okay, no? So like this, we can see the examples on list object and set object. So this is కొంచెం మీకు డిఫికల్ట్ గా ఉన్నట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది, ఎందుకంటే ఈ టాపిక్ మనం ఇవాళ డిస్కస్ చేసాం కాబట్టి. సెట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఒకటి, ఓకేనా, లిస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఒకటి, ఓకేనా. సో ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ బాగా 1-2-3 సార్లు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్. ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వడం ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదు. ఓకే, understand what I am explaining is important. So what is the major difference between set object and what is the major difference between list object? Okay na? So that's it on the how to return multiple values. Okay, ఇది core Java program interview purpose కి add చేసింది. So in this lab I want to tell you, so lab number 44, what we understood is these are not Selenium topics, but just now whatever I said, these are not Selenium topics. Okay, in real time, okay, you have to write a methods to write either to return single value or to return multiple values from a method. In such case, you can refer this lab. If you will understand this concept, then only you can able to return multiple values from the method. Okay, very important topic. Okay, That's it on lab number 44. Okay, I will take one simple topic, whatever is there. Okay, smart search, lab number 43, smart search. Can anybody tell what is this meaning? Din meaning enti evaraina cheppandi? Anyone? Starts with text of selenium ante enti? A web element.
Web element start with selenium word.
అంటే సో selenium 1 2 అన్న ఉన్నది ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తుంది అంతే కదా.
Selenium.
1 3 ఉన్నది లొకేట్ అంటే ఈ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ వెబ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ వెబ్ పేజ్ లో ఎక్కడైతే ఉన్నాయో ఆ వెబ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ అన్నిటిని నేను గెట్ చేయొచ్చు అంతే కదా.
Yes, sir.
selenium hp. So I can get all the web elements on a web page wherever my wherever the text starts with. So will it also captures this one also? It capture aida avada my selenium
No.
starts with the text unnade capture aide. Okay na?
Yes.
So it will identify all the web element information wherever it contains selenium. We understood. Okay, now let's go back to my program. What is the concept I'm going to tell you? I'm going back to my Google page. And I'm typing some selenium. Okay, how many keywords it is coming? So this is called as a smart search. Selenium, selenium interview questions, selenium tutorial, selenium WebDriver, selenium testing, and selenium HQ. There are so many keywords are there. And I want to click one of the as per the requirement, I want to click on selenium HQ. So I'm clicking on selenium HQ, it's navigated to this page. So that is the requirement. So from the available keywords, I want to select one of the keyword. So first of all, I have to know how to write the XPath. This one I have. So if you understand this XPath, you can able to write this program very simple. So let's copy this XPath, Control C. Let me inspect. Control F, Control V. So how many it is showing? Selenium 1 of 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So with this web element, we can able on a web page we can able to locate 10 web elements. So wherever my element.getText equals to selenium HQ, I want to click that one. Correct? So let's go to the logic implementation. I navigated to my web page and I'm writing some implicit weight best coding standards. And I'm typing in my value as selenium in my text box. And once I typed the value on the web page, there are 10 web elements are loading. If it is a group of web elements, I have to write like this: list of web element rows is equal to driver.find elements by XPath. So what is the XPath I have to use? This one only, right? Keyword text. So this XPath contains a group of web elements. So I have given that one. So I'm loading all those web elements into this list object, list of web elements. So like that, I identified all the list of web elements, selenium HQ, selenium, whatever the available strings are coming. So each and every web element information is stored here. So now I come to know there are 10 web elements. I have to iterate each and every web element. So I have to write parenthesis I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to rows.size. Rows.size means it contains total 1 of 10 its came. So I less than or equal to 10 and I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. So when I is equal to 1, what will happen? Let's see. Okay, rows dot get of 0. So rows dot get of 0 means first web element. So the first web element it is ID element dot get text. Okay, so element dot get text value from the web element is coming here. And if my web element text equals to Selenium HQ, I want to click and I want to break. I want to exit totally from this for loop. So break means once you write break statement in a if condition, you will be exited directly from the for loop. So there won't be multiple iterations. It won't continue. Okay. So here I am getting the text. So web element text. Whenever my web element text equals to Selenium HQ, I want to click that web element and I want to write break statement. So I don't want to go, I don't want to check for further iterations. Suppose in the I is equal to 5. So Selenium HQ value came. So I don't want to continue 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to break from the for loop. So I'm writing break statement like this. Okay. After that, I'm exiting. So let me run my program and we'll see. See, it will click directly on Selenium HQ. Okay, 1 second. There is no Selenium HQ. 1 second. What? So okay. I have to type the value as Selenium, capital S, small s. I want to type. Okay. So in the Google text box, I'm typing a value as Selenium. There is no Selenium HQ. It is coming. Okay. What I will do, I want to click on Selenium directly. Okay. See, it's clicked on directly on Selenium. It's navigated. Okay. So here the logic is how to handle a smart search. So whenever this scenario will come, you have to think like this. So you are typing some value, and based on that value, once you are typing, a group of list of values coming with this name as this Selenium, and you are storing all those list of web elements here, and you are iterating that for loop for integer I is equal to 1, rows dot size means how many web elements are there, and web element is equal to rows dot get of 0, and web element text is equal to element dot get text. So let me go to and check in the console what it is coming. Okay. Okay, that value web element text value, it is coming and it is printing. Okay. So that's it on the. So understood, right? Everyone how to handle this smart search. So group of values. If you want to store a group of values with the similar web element XPath, you need to write like this. And if you have to iterate over the list of web elements, you have to write for loop like this. And wherever the web element text matching, you want to check it, you can write the condition. And if you want to get the text of a particular each and every web element text, you need to write like this. That's it. Okay. So like this, we can able to handle smart search. Yeah, that's it for today. So today's class, we have completed lab number 43 and lab number 44. Okay. So still we have left 13 more labs. Okay. Yeah, we are on track. So that's it for today. Anybody is having any doubts in today's session? Everyone doubts unte cheppandi, ippude clear chestanu. Okay, looks like everyone is okay. Yeah, that's it for today.